The love affair between Hollywood and the automobile started at the beginning of movie making. One guy that has continued that tradition is Academy Award-winning director Ron Howard. You've become a part of Americarna. Every car guy in the world knows you. Some of it's because of American Graffiti, some of Grand Theft Auto, Rush. How cool was it making American Graffiti?
I literally had just graduated from high school, so the whole thing was a coming-of-age experience for me, staying up all night for 6 weeks, not just one night. And George Lucas, who directed the movie, was such a car guy. It was interesting to me. He cared as much about the cars in every single frame, where they were and whether they were authentic and right, as he did really the actors. And I was confused by it until I saw the movie, and I just realized that between the music, what was going on with the characters and the cars, that there was just something unforgettable and unique about it, and that's why I think the movie has endured. It's also the reason I knew anything at all about Formula One. I went to my first Formula One race with him to see a race at Monaco, and so when I first heard about Rush, I at least had that experience of kind of knowing how intense, visceral, cool, and exciting the sport could be in person if I could recreate that feeling for an audience.
Names like James Garner, Paul Newman, Steve McQueen come to mind. You say you're not a car guy, but you may have just made the racing film of our generation.
They made movies about something that they loved and they understood, and they were in the moment. They were almost like embedded in their sport, capturing something. They're remarkable movies. I had a different challenge, which is to try to recreate something from the past and make the audience feel like they were witnessing it, that they were just dropped into 1976, into the F1 world.
How do they bring out the difference in emotion, from Steve Bolander putting his arm around Cindy Williams in the '58 Chevy to what we saw, the heart-pounding, incredible adrenaline in Rush? How do you do that?
First of all, it's very relatable. It's easier for Bolander and his hot rod, that's his pride and joy, that he's going to share with Terry the Toad to look after. Big mistake. We relate to that. With Formula One, what I began to realize is that any sort of racing is that the car and the driver are connected. It's a lot closer to Seabiscuit than you'd ever acknowledge, and that what the driver is putting the car through and what the car is capable of doing, they kind of become one and the same. And there's just an unpredictability there that sort of makes the car a character.